Welcome back. On February 19th, the King and Queen of Courts were crowned. For King and 5 for Queen. To vote for candidates, Baker students put change in the container for the person that they wanted to win and dollars and checks in the container for the person that they wanted to lose. In the end, Warren Swenson was crowned King and Tonia Karpowicz was crowned Queen during the halftime show at the boys' basketball game on Saturday. They were asked how they felt about receiving this honor from their peers.
It's really exciting.
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's an honor to be nominated by the House, and I'm glad that it's a good event that raises a lot of money.
Now we're going to send it over to Brad Barnes with Sports Chat.
Thanks, Ashley. Welcome to Sports Chat. I'm your host, Brad Barnes. We'll start things off with the women's basketball team. The women won against Missouri Valley this weekend 66-57. Leading scorers were Brittany Hines and Emily Gibson, both having 17. Aubrey Gusson put in 10 of her own. Emily Gibson led the night with 6 blocks, sending 1 into the student section. Emily Gibson scored her 8th double-double this season and advanced the Wildcats to a 14-14 record, 9-9 in the conference. The guys squad also hosted Missouri Valley this weekend, winning 61-53. Jairus Womack had a career-high 29 points and 11 rebounds as he shot 9 for 15 from the floor. Andre Strozier also added in 18 points to lead the Wildcats to their 5th consecutive home game. The Wildcats sit at 12-6 overall and 8-10 in the conference. They'll travel out to Olathe, Kansas to play Mid-American Nazarene this Thursday. The baseball squad was also in action this weekend as they traveled out to Claremore, Oklahoma for a tournament. They lost 3 games to Rogers State, 14-4, 12-1, and 9-1. However, they did end up beating Ottawa University 9-2. Keeping things around the diamond, the softball team traveled to Texas this weekend to compete in a tournament as well. They ended the tournament with a 2-4 record, with wins coming against Texas Wesleyan and Graceland University. The weekend's highlights capped off by Maggie Holmberg, who pitched 7 scoreless innings, as well as a home run from Heather Gruber and Brittany Vollenweider. The softball team will be back in action March 4th and 5th as they travel to Conway, Arkansas for the CBC Meltdown. The wrestling team placed 3rd at regionals Saturday, February 19th, and is now preparing for the NAIA National Tournament. The wrestling team has maintained a steady practice format, helping them stay mentally prepared. The team has 25 national qualifiers, including Jarrell Price and Levi Calhoun, who are both ranked 7th in the nation. The wrestling team is undefeated in dual matches this season and currently sits at 20th in the nation.
If we continue to work hard, we'll reach our goals. And one of our goals was to be in the top 20 in the nation. And we have done that through hard work, dedication, and
it feels great, in the national second-year program and making it on the national stage and being able to go and show what Baker can do.
The squad will travel to Cedar Rapids, Iowa, March 3rd for the national tournament. This past weekend, the track team traveled to Iowa to compete in the Heart of America Indoor Track and Field Conference meet. After 2 days of competition, both the men and women's teams came out with a 3rd-place finish within the conference.
I was to a point to where I knew that we gave everything that we possibly could. I think that, obviously our goals were to win conference titles on both sides. I knew that we had the teams this year to do that, but everything would have had to just come together, and everybody would have to perform at the peak level that they could have.
There were 5 individual conference champions between both teams. Aaron Hannon took 1st place in the heptathlon, Jason Robbs won the weight throw, and Jeremy Gathright won the men's triple jump. On the girls' side, Stephanie Nelson took 1st in the women's shot put, and Katie Thurbin won the pole vault. The Wildcats will be sending several athletes to nationals, including Thurbin. Other members of the team will continue to practice in preparation for outdoor season.
We just had a few injuries that plagued us through the indoor season, and once we get those people healthy and once they get them back, then definitely we're going to be going after a better position, a better conference title championship position.
That's going to do it for this week's edition of Sports Chat. I'm Brad Barnes, and we're going to send it back to Ashley in the studio.
Thanks, Brad. That does it for this week's edition of Orangeline. Be sure to tune in next week.